Hello, everyone, and welcome to Guido&Me live at home for Christmas. This is the interviews, and with a little help from our friends, our wish is to spread hope, joy, and peace this Christmas season. We're just trying to help to gift the holidays back to all of us from a year that feels so much like too much has been taken. So today we have a couple that is very special to me. This is Matt and Suzie K. Welcome, you guys.
Hey there, thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
I'm glad you're here. I'm super glad you're here. Okay, so before we dive in to our interview, during all of the interviews that we're doing with all of our special guests, we are collecting names that go into a drawing because we want everyone to win a super fun Holly Jolly prize. And the three things that you need to do is you need to like this interview, you need to share this interview to your own pages, and then below this interview in the comments, I just want to hear your favorite Christmas song. And then all you need to do is that, and then your name gets in the drawing, and then tomorrow we'll announce that, and then you get to win your super fun Holly Jolly prize. What do you think of that, guys?
I think that trip to the Bahamas is going to be great. Yeah, that's a big prize. That's bold.
Do the people that are watching know that like we're included in this grand prize? Like
no, you know. Well, first of all, Bahamas sounds fabulous, and I'll be putting my name in that drawing. No, and you are not. What you guys get, because you guys are hanging out with Guido&Me, what we have is for all of the artists. We have your very own I Jammed with Guido&Me beanie. So everyone gets that, but later on in this week, we have chances for people to be able to win those beanies, which is super cool, or just win the patches that are iron-on, so you can put them on lots of different stuff. So it's super fun with that, but that's for another time. That is for another time.
That are ripped.
Yeah. Super cool. Super cool. Now, that's what I love about it, because it's called a super fun Holly Jolly prize. Okay, I have a North Pole test. This is very important, and this is for proof that you have Christmas spirit. Proof that you are not a cotton-headed ninny muggins. Are you correct? Are you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
We've got
very
it.
important. Very important. You have to get it right, or
okay. I just need you to know that as a 5th and 6th grade young lady, that I would deck out my bedroom like crazy. Like there would be snow on the floor. I would buy the fake snow, put that all over. I had every Christmas light you can think of, big ones, little ones, musical ones that would play any Christmas carol. I mean, we're just, my boombox with Bing Crosby would sing me to sleep. So I think I still have Christmas spirit from 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
What's a boombox there, Suzie?
It's very magical.
You put it up on your shoulder and you walk around, or you hold it above your head and go get the girl you love.
Oh yes. So you give her your heart and she gives you a pen. That one.
Yep.
Okay. So let's go first. What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Ooh, sugar cookie or the spritzer cookies.
What is a spritzer cookie again?
Spritzer cookies, they come out of that machine thing, and you can
with a little
yeah, you put different like holiday faces on them, like a Christmas bulb or a Christmas tree. They're so good. They don't even need frosting.
Those are the ones that you can just pop right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really little.
But what do you have some special?
Mine's a little unique because I grew up half Polish and half Czech. The Czech side makes something called Kurtz rolls, which are about yay long, and they're rolled up and powder sugar on top of them. My grandmother used to make them.
Yummy,
spectacular. Yummy. Kurtz rolls. Boom.
Yum, 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 yum. Does anyone still make them in your family?
Biba.
Yeah, my mom will make them occasionally, but it's quite a to-do. So I wouldn't say it's an every year thing, but most years.
Yeah, I think it takes like all day, maybe 2 weeks.
What was her nickname that you called her? What's her name?
Biba is what my girls named Matt's parents, Biba and Bumpa.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with it.
That's so cute. I love that so much. Okay, so what is your favorite Christmas carol or Christmas song?
The Christmas
song. It's what we got engaged to, because it's always been Susie's favorite song, period. Not even her favorite Christmas song.
I can listen to that song
it's just your
any
favorite
day
song
of the week. Nat King Cole, his voice like soothes my soul.
Mhm.
There's just
Absolutely.
his
Well,
voice.
that is, I think that's the deal in general for sure. So is it because it's your favorite Christmas song that Matt, you chose to get engaged to that song? How did that, can we hear the story?
Yeah, well, Susie was living out in New York. I was in Eau Claire, still going to school, and she came back for Christmas, came watched me play a little jazz gig at Borders Books. And then afterwards, I had this
Boom
place, I had a boombox there too. And there was a bench in a park downtown Eau Claire, and I had our friends set it up with poinsettias, fake ones. And
I don't really like poinsettias.
no, but it was still very Christmassy.
It was very pretty.
The only
Very holiday. It's very holiday.
Right. The only negative is that it was like 20 below zero. So I kept asking Susie to go on a nice evening hike with me. And she's like, no, thank
I
you.
just wanted to snuggle up. I hadn't seen him because I was living in New York. So I didn't want to go for a walk.
So eventually I
Right.
talked her into it.
Right.
Off to the park, you could hear the music playing because, you know, on a boombox, you had to record the song over and over and over and over again. Just
Yes, it's a mixtape for Pete's
Yeah.
sake.
But just one song was on.
Gosh, are we dating ourselves?
Over.
Woo.
Okay.
And then you could hear it as he came up to the bench, and she sat down, and I got on my knee, and she tackled me, which I think meant yes.
That's love.
I never really gave you an answer.
You never answered, but yet here we are, 22 years
Nothing
later.
says love like a tackle.
I agree. I agree.
That's just good. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing the love. Okay. Real tree or fake?
Real
Reals.
people.
For reals.
Not that we judge those who
Not
don't.
that we judge them that much.
I'm not feeling judged at all with my fake tree downstairs.
Good.
We've done real, and come August the next year with pine needles through my socks,
That's true.
or the
But,
cat
you know,
who's up.
it has a nice scent.
Sacrifice you have to make.
You know that we have candles and spray for that.
Hmm.
Just throwing that out there for y'all. Just
Okay.
saying. I'm just saying. Okay. I would like to know if you do white lights or color.
Yes.
It's been different. Right now, I've been on the white lights kind of train, but we both love the colored,
Like
big,
this
the
big, like,
nostalgic.
1950s.
Yeah. Those are on the barn.
Yeah.
Do you
outside.
ever throw the kids in the car and go looking at Christmas lights?
Yeah, it's not as much. I mean, they're teenagers now, so they don't like to be in a car with us very long.
We
If
always
they have
go
their
to,
phones, I'm sure they'll be fine.
we go to Irvine Park every year.
Yeah, we do.
Does that
Oh.
count?
Well, I would.
Have you
Oh,
been
yeah.
to Irvine Park?
Uh-uh.
Just a
We
bunch
should
of
go.
lights.
We'll take some cocoa. You, Matt, and I, and Guido. Let's
Would
go.
that be an outside, have to be outside
You
kind of?
don't
Either
have
way.
to be if you,
You
don't.
can drive
we
through.
we could have our hot cocoa in the car and just peruse.
Mhm.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. Favorite side dish that has to be there every Christmas. You have to do it. Has to be there.
Cheesy hash browns,
Yeah, probably cheesy hash
like
browns
the shredded kind,
with a bunch of cheese on it.
and sour cream, and like dipped buttered crumbs from bread. Like it's the bomb.
Hmm.
There's no calories involved in that whatsoever. So that's
Only-
good.
Butter.
That's all there is in it is calories.
Does it come with CPR instructions then, just in case? Just curious.
We've got a defibrillator on the wall in our house now. Just for the
Clear. All right. Favorite dessert.
Ooh.
house. All of
Now
them.
with everyone, because sometimes they have it depends on where you're from, because you have bars. We have pies, we have cakes. Some people have their dessert things or their
Oh,
dessert
I like
drinks.
Grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers,
Yes,
because-
that's Christmas Eve,
And there's alcohol in it, so that's helpful. But
and
then,
our kids love it.
yeah,
I bet they do. So,
that's
you know, those 3-year-old just knocks them right out.
Well, we're trying to get them to bed. It helps.
so that Santa can come. Got to get him to sleep somehow.
There's so
They
many
turned out
delicious-
okay. They're teenagers now.
That's
They
so
seem to be functioning.
Everything in moderation, Emily.
Ish.
right. I have no idea what you're talking about, but you know, that's what therapy is for. Okay, so do favorite Christmas movie.
Oh,
I like.
shoot.
What do I like? The Christmas Story with Ralphie, the You'll Shoot Your Eye Out.
I love that
That's
one.
probably my favorite.
I
one.
do have to watch, and this is probably pretty typical, although like I don't think my best friend Kat Sherman has even watched it all the way through yet. It's a Wonderful Life.
'Cause
Like
it's 3
I have to
hours
watch it
plus
every
long.
year.
It's like at least 3 hours long.
And have my grasshopper or my 4 grasshoppers 'cause it's
Grasshopper per hour.
so long.
Well, at least you can sometimes nap throughout,
You can-
you know, so you're catching highlights.
Right. It's not like we haven't
So-
seen it before.
What's your
Right.
favorite Christmas movie?
I do love The Christmas Story. I mean, I do, because there's so much goodness throughout that whole thing that makes me pee my pants. A tremendous, because my whole family, we would sit there and watch it, and we could recite the whole thing over and over and over again. I'm a huge fan of anything with the Christmas Carol. That's just a part of my upbringing. I love the Christmas Carol. I love anything that has any kind of form of redemption. So It's a Wonderful, is It's a Wonderful Life? Is that the Christmas Carol stuff? Right.
No, that's what's his name?
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. The wings, angel wings. Was
Yeah,
it?
every
Is that It's a Wonderful Life? That's a redemption story.
yes, it is.
Right?
Oh, it's a whole redemption story.
And I love any old musicals, all the good, White Christmas, any of the stuff with those, they
Right.
knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
I also like anything with the Muppets in it. So the Muppets Christmas Carol is.
You know, you do. You know, Emily.
That explains so much that we can just wrap up this interview
Yep. That's
and
it.
go and
Funsies.
seal it off.
Why does nobody ever do the song Snow when they're on the train for White Christmas? Like nobody ever covers that. Like, I'm gonna wash my hands, my hair, my face with snow. Like nobody ever does that. Snow. Nobody ever does that song. Yes. We should do that some year. It's just kind of
There's
weird.
no
song.
drama back then.
That's true.
Okay, I want one more question.
Okay.
Could you guys tell me something about just something, tell me about your Christmases when you were growing up. Tell me about a tradition of something that, when you think about Christmas growing up, that's something that you just love, and you've loved. Maybe it's something that doesn't happen anymore, because you've lost somebody. I don't know. Maybe it's something that you've been able to do with your girls now, that it's just something that this means Christmas.
You want to go first?
I think for me, it's something that we still do with our kids because we would open, we go to midnight mass. Suzie and I grew up Catholic, but my family would go to midnight mass growing up, go home, try to get to sleep, wake up, open presents. And then usually Christmas Day, we'd go to one of my grandparents' houses.
Okay.
And, just that trip from your house to grandma's house was pretty special because you're always excited about it. And
Oh, we're on our way to Biba's house. We're on our way to Bumpa's house, and I am so excited. Oh, we're on our way to Biba's house. We're on our way to Bumpa's house, and I am so excited. Keep going. We're so excited. I'm 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 so excited. I could pee my pants.
So,
This is the song.
yeah.
That is the song.
That was made up one year on the way to my parents' house. So we still do that now with our kids.
I love it.
And there's different
We've
renditions.
never shared that with anybody.
And you can switch it up because
Well, now the whole world knows. Yeah.
You don't have to just pee your pants. You can poop your pants. That's great for the kids.
You can
They
do
laugh.
anything in your pants.
Anything in your pants.
Whatever.
Whatever you're feeling, just at the moment. Feel free. Just do it. I love it.
Go
Well,
to
I
Grandma's
think
house.
I think you guys have passed. You definitely have the Christmas spirit. The fact that you're feeling free to do whatever you need to do in your pants on an interview to the world. I think it's golden. I think we're there. Okay, so moving on. We have to do our reminder for the planet. So what we want to do in order for you to win in this drawing is I need you to like this interview. I need you to share this interview to your pages, and then I need you to comment below telling us your favorite Christmas song, and then your name gets in the drawing. And then tomorrow, then we're gonna make sure that you guys know who won these super fun holly jolly prize. All right, so now we need to talk about our concert that's coming up. We have a Guido and Me live at home for Christmas concert, and ours is December 3rd.
That's correct.
And that's going to be in the evening here at the house. And I'm excited about this because we've got we've known each other for a while, and we know what each other does and what each other has done. But for some reason, we have never done anything together musically, which I think is very strange. So isn't that super dumb?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now that we've agreed that is together, we've decided that's dumb. So that makes this even better. So I was thinking about this, what we're doing, thinking about Christmas and thinking about the fact that all of our music is just kind of, especially live music, corporate anything, has all just been kind of taken and stolen, so to speak. Our ability to interact the way that we're all accustomed to with music. That's why I wanted to do something like this and do it safely. So when we're performing together, we have distance. We're all using wisdom within our own lives to make sure that hopefully we are healthy. I mean, we don't know what can happen between now and then, but we're just going to trust God with the process. And hazmat, well, we all have ours. Mine is a healthy glow of Aquanet. So
that'll block out any virus.
I've been doing it since the 80s, so why stop? So then, and thinking about you guys, I mean, I've loved you guys since day one, and I felt just a kindred right away. Plus, you're lippy, so lippy people are my favorite people. So, it was easy for me to go, I need to call these guys up and see if they would want to partner, because this is something that no one's paid to do this. This is totally volunteering, totally bringing your gifts and your talents and your hearts, throwing you in the middle of my living room and go, hey, we're going to press record, let's play. And so I just have some questions for you, if you don't mind bantering with me for a little bit. So why then did you guys say yes then when I asked you to be a part of this?
We were really bored. I mean, this virus that just stuck at home.
I actually said yes for the two of us.
I still haven't said yes, Emily. I'm still thinking about it.
Here he is.
Thank you.
But I could so quickly, because of the banter and our shared spiritual gift of sarcasm, Emily. I want to be serious for a moment, because you alluded and you mentioned to the fact that we haven't done anything together yet. We have this really cool heart-to-heart connection. We've shared some similar experiences in life. You're one of the most beautiful, easiest people to talk to. I swear, you just really are.
Oh, thank you.
And I think I just knew right away when you called me that day that we were supposed to be involved. And I thought about what you were doing and how you were giving back to the community just so very selflessly. Mm-hmm. And it is our heart to also bring joy and life into this community and into the lives and homes of people. And I don't know, you set up the opportunity, and it's just easy to come and be a part of that. And just sharing this, what you and Guido are doing, it's just so beautiful. So thank you for doing that. And then I just came home and I said, Matt, we're doing this. It was good.
We'll wait for his approval.
No, yeah. And I think togetherness, especially in this season and this time and in history, is so important. So the more togetherness, the better, you know. So let's do as much this kind of stuff as we possibly can.
No, really. And I'm excited about it. I'm super grateful that you guys said yeah.
I think I'm excited too, because like now I just feel like, well, this is the beginning. This is really the beginning of our journey, you know, with having friendship with you, Emily, and we're just so excited about that.
Me too. And then we'll go do that hot cocoa park thing. Yeah. As long as there's no hiking, or I don't have to sweat or be outdoors.
We can arrange that.
Yeah.
And I don't have to touch anything.
We'll call the limo for you.
Excellent. See, now I'm fine. Okay, so the next question that I have for you guys then is the songs that you're choosing that you, pardon me, have already chosen. Tell me about them and why you chose them.
Well, once again, I chose the songs.
Yes, Matt, why
Just-
don't you take a break and
I'm
then
just-
we'll circle back to you.
Again, I love Christmas. So just
Why are you here? Exactly.
I don't even know.
here are these things.
Your job is just to shut it and look good. So just shut it down and look good. That's it.
Turn the page.
Excellent.
So,
Hmm.
well, okay, so everybody's probably going to stay home for Christmas because of life's circumstances. And we
Right.
also are doing a virtual holiday show to come into the homes of
Mhm.
people's family December 17th. And I just love that song so much. I'll Be Home for Christmas. And I thought the three of us on harmonies together would just be really beautiful. And it would just kind of be, let's put a positive spin on being home for Christmas and home
Yeah.
for the holidays. So
Right.
I thought the three of us together on that would be really pretty. And it just was sentimental because that's what a lot of us would be doing.
Mm.
And the other song, I just love fun in any sort of musical setting or concert. And I love the arrangement of the Bare Naked Ladies, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. And so
Mhm.
I thought that would just be really fun for the three of us to sing together. But also, if you like slow that down and listen to the words, I think it's super appropriate for our time. Like, whatever is happening, whatever is going on, there will be redemption for it in some way,
Right.
shape, or form. Like it talks about, let nothing dismay you. Don't be dismayed, during this time. And so how do we stay positive and how do we stay celebratory and have a little bit of fun? So it's kind of the sassy fun arrangement that we can bring into the homes of people. So
That is awesome. And the fact that we can say out loud Bare Naked Ladies and it's just, totally normal in regards to Christmas.
The first time I ever heard of the Bare Naked Ladies, I was a teenager and I was watching MTV with some friends.
is it story time with
It
Matt?
is. And I remember the announcer,
Turn the page.
the VJ said, and behind me are Bare Naked Ladies. And I was like,
What's a
great.
VJ?
Video disc jockey VJ. I was like, on MTV, these guys are sketchy. And then
My mother's going to walk in at any minute.
Can I just take them?
We're never.
Woo!
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bare Naked Ladies and Matt, turn the page. Okay, moving on. Back to me. Back to me.
Please.
Circling back.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
so so we're going to move on to something back a little bit here. I would like to talk about I was sent a little bit of a bio from you guys because you guys have been 21 years per this bio and still alive to tell the tale, at least, yes. And the best word that I found in this entire bio that I was reading is the word together. Boy, that whole through thick and thin, rain or snow, like mailmen or mail carriers, as they say, male people, male persons, whatever, you've kind of weathered quite a bit, and I think it's pretty awesome what God has done with the two of you, and the knowledge and the wisdom, and the fact that you are still have your wits and your wit about you, that you still shine instead of being weathered and I don't know. I mean, I think that's something that is extraordinary. So as also inspiring to me, although a little exhausting and tiring at the same time, because that's quite a road. ministry in itself is quite a road as in itself. So, and now currently, even with everything that life that you guys have done in your adventures, you're currently on, you're on some adventures right now. So I'd like to know, if you don't mind telling folks right now, what are those adventures that you're currently on? I think you're on one together, and then I believe you're also on, if you don't mind, if you could let us know.
Yeah. What Emily has been alluding to is we've done a lot of ministry in our lives for the majority of our marriage, which actually that was a kind of a dated bio. Matt informed me that we were married for 22 years, which
Deuces.
Yeah.
And this last one was maybe the most challenging because
Right.
it's the COVID year.
Right. So we've led
But here we
worship. We've led a church in a marginalized community here in Eau Claire. He's been a prison chaplain. And so our journey has taken us through lots of different seasons and back roads. It's been pretty amazing. We feel pretty blessed, but it's been hard too. There's a lot of harm that's been done at the same time. And so we have been able to weather it and ride it out, which I'm grateful. We've learned a lot in the process. Right now, back in 2016, we started In It Together, which is an organization that encourages couples in their relationships. So we'd host these really super fun, lighthearted date nights. Because just even for the two of us, we got really sick of just going out to dinner and a movie. We wanted to have purpose date time where we could grow as a couple and talk about relevant things. And what we noticed from these date nights was just that really couples weren't talking about much of anything. They'd be like, oh, I haven't thought about that. Or that's something that maybe we didn't know how to navigate as a couple. So we just put topics out there and we would go first and be the guinea pigs and say, here's what we did wrong, but here's how we learned to navigate it. And we're better for it,
Mm-hmm.
and just love on couples. They were so fun, but they were all live events. And that's what we love the most. And right now that's been on a big fat pause because of COVID.
Right,
so we haven't been able to do anything really. We tried a date night this summer, which was our virtual date night.
Kind of like a VJ.
Kind of. Yeah. And so anyway, it was fun and it went fine, but it just wasn't the same for us because we love live interaction and building relationship with people. So because that's on pause, we got a little creative and we thought, well, what's another way that we could encourage couples? And my girlfriend Kat actually gave me this idea. She's like, you've got this great landscape in your backyard and view and this cute little retro camper. She's like, why don't you Airbnb it out to, small families or couples and just continue to be an encouragement to people through your In It Together through Airbnb. And I thought, wow, that's a fantastic idea. And then that just took off. So that kind of helped supplement our income a little bit. But more than that, it's just been a joy to see these couples come in and out and their response and their experience, just having time together to connect. So that has been
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
awesome.
Yeah, it's been incredible. And then through the ministry road that Suzie and I have been on, I think one thing that I realized is that the spaces that we were in were not safe spaces to question or doubt or wrestle, which I think is a big part of our faith. And so in response,
the biggest part, actually,
yeah,
the biggest part of anyone's faith is the freedom to ask the questions.
I completely agree so much that I started a whole thing. So I've started a podcast called Jesus Never Ran, because Jesus doesn't run away from difficult things. He walks towards difficult things.
You bet.
The name means. So I interview people from all over the world that have experience in those spaces, a lot of authors, a lot of progressive pastors, just people doing incredible things in the world, musicians, people that are asking a lot of the questions that we all have. So we have the conversation about the LGBTQ community. We have the conversation about racism in the church. We have the conversation about heaven and hell and how that's hard to come to terms. All of those really, really, really hard, but wonderful conversations we have on this podcast, and that will be expanding as well. And then in addition to that, I've started producing podcasts for a lot of other people all over the place as well. So it's been a great joy for sure.
And we get to be at home with our kids, which is the greatest gift. Really, it is just our time with them before they leave the house. So we love that.
That is so great. So then if you could help me out then for everyone else, will you get me the information on In It Together, also the information on what you're doing with that? Yeah, so everything so that we can put it all down. We'll just drop it down. We'll drop it down below in the comments
Right there.
so that everyone can have access to that, because I think that is super, super rock star. So so people can track and do whatever you're doing, right?
I think so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate
Excellent.
that. Yeah.
And you also, though, because you are home, and we'll talk about this later, because I think you're going to do something fun. You also even have your own event that's coming up. I think you're doing it on December 17th. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Thursday
Yeah.
night.
Going to be having you're going to have an at-home for the holidays, at-home concert thing that you're doing. So we will be talking about that as well. And that information will also be below. So we'll talk about that in a second. So, okay, so now we are going to be wrapping up a little bit of our interview here. So we need to say one more time. So in order to be getting your super fun Holly Jolly prize, you need to do 3 things. And what are those 3 things, Matt? The reason I brought you to be a part of this interview, what are the 3 things that need to happen?
You have to like it, like this interview.
Yes, sir.
Share it. And
Yes, ma'am. And comment below.
Christmas song.
Absolutely. You do those 3 things and then you get your name in a drawing. And then by tomorrow, we'll be able to pick that name and then you get your super fun Holly Jolly prize. And then
Hey, does that trip to the Bahamas include airfare or?
For you, yes, for you for sure. So we're gonna have another amazing guest tomorrow, and then we're gonna have other prizes available, so you can be watching and sharing and liking and every one of these posts all the way throughout the week, and then you have chances to win with every single one of those. So that's super fun.
And
So right now,
just so we're clear, liking is different than enjoying the interview. If they didn't enjoy this interview, they can still like it. Just give it the like.
Right, but I think they have other options.
Okay.
I don't think they have a stinky face one, but they have a.
So you have to like it.
You can like it. You can even love it. You can even love it.
Even if you didn't enjoy it.
Yes.
Like it.
But how would they not? I mean, I'm just saying.
It's
So
possible.
currently we are moving on, Matthew, to In It Together is going to give us, this is your shameless, fabulous 30-second dish commercial plug. Hit it.
it's
Beginning
to look
a lot
like
Christmas.
everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10
Glistening once again.
with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's
Beginning
to look
a lot
like
Christmas. Well, it might be starting to look a little like Christmas, but this year it doesn't feel all that much like Christmas for obvious reasons, which is why we are doing the Matt and Suzie K Home for Christmas virtual concert from our living room to your living room. It's going to be Suzie and I, our kids, tons of fun, stories, crafts, all sorts of stuff. December 17th at 7:30 p.m. $20 per household, which it's an incredible deal if you have a big family and kind of a crappy deal if it's just you. But you can sign up at beinit.org the 17th at 7:30 p.m.
it's
Beginning
to look
a lot
like
Christmas.
soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring
Is the carols that will sing.
right within your heart. It's
Beginning
to look
a lot
like
Christmas.
Christmas,
Christmas.
Christmas,
Christmas. Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You did a wonderful job. All right. Well, thank you, Matt and Suzie, for joining us today. And thank you, all of you out there, for watching. Remember, we're going to have all that information that you need from everything that Matt and Suzie are up to, which is a lot. And that'll all be down in the comments. Matt and Suzie will be performing live with Guido&Me on December 3rd. So mark your calendars for that because you don't want to miss out. So until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow, because we all need a little Christmas right this very minute. So may your days be merry and bright and be good for goodness sake. Take care. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.